Okay, this is the RTI portion of the Teachers Teaching Teachers. And what we talked about yesterday is that every good plan starts with Tier 1 instruction that's differentiated and leveled and involves grouping. And if it's solid planning, then you should have the majority of your kids pass. So what do you do if students do not show mastery after Tier 1 instruction? So if the answer is no, the student moves to Tier 2. Tier 2 instruction involves 2 to 3 days a week doing interventions like flashcards, previewing vocabulary, pulling for small group during starters, more one-on-one help. It could be even software like iExcel, and you do that 2 or 3 days a week. And then you look after about 6 weeks, if they've shown improvement, then they go back to just getting Tier 1 instruction. But with all that extra help, if you're not seeing instruction, then that is when Tier 3 begins, and that is daily 20 to 30 minute intervention, and that's when we document progress and have meetings. So where does that process start? Well, it starts with one of these forms that you can find on the Weebly called an RTI Teacher Referral Form, and it is a front and a back that you can fill in individually, or you can look at the child's schedule and fill it out together as a team, and then that is turned in to me, Miss Allen. And then once you've done that, I'll send home a vision and hearing screening, and I will talk to the parents, get permission, and then we will bring them in for meeting 1, and we will set 2 goals. And then this is the document that you will put the data that coordinates with that goal. So for example, if the goal is to build vocabulary at a 70% mastery rate of contextual or content vocabulary, that would go up here. That's where we would list the goals, and then the source may be your weekly vocabulary quizzes, and then what you want them to make by the time the 8 weeks of this data is over. So that benchmark doesn't mean like a content benchmark. It's the benchmark of the goal that we've set. And so the first intervention may be flashcards, and we're going to do flashcards 3 days a week and then tutoring 2 days a week. So that would meet the requirement of it being daily for 20 to 30 minutes. And then you would go here, and we're going to monitor that weekly because we take vocabulary tests weekly, and the goal is by the end of 8 weeks that students are independently scoring at least 70% on the vocabulary test. And then you would put here, PM here stands for progress monitoring, and you could put week 1 or the specific dates, and the progress monitoring data might be the vocabulary quiz for that week. And then under summary, you can put that after pulling students twice a week for tutoring or during starters, and then 3 days reviewing using note cards. In lieu of the starter, the student went from a 40% on a vocabulary test from last week to a 70%. So the summary just tells us, did it help or did it not help? Did they stay the same, go down, or go up? And then this is what we bring to the meeting, and we have the meetings every 3 to 4 weeks. And again, you have a front and a back side of that, because every student that goes through the RTI process will have at least 2 goals. So there would be our data sheet for each one, and this is where you record your data to bring to the meeting. So do all content teachers have to bring data to the meetings? Well, if they're in Tier 1 intervention in your class and not needing Tier 3, then no, you would not need to document. Say a student may just have a math issue, then we may only have Tier 3 data for math. But if it's reading and writing, really that affects every subject, so everybody in that case would do Tier 3 documentation. Only one teacher has to turn in the referral form, and then once that happens, I will take once I get the hearing and vision screening done and contact parents and we have goals set, that's when I will email all teachers that work with that student so they all know the goals and can keep data toward the goals. If you have any questions about RTI, let me know. Hopefully we'll have lots of data talks and PLCs about RTI, and all of these documents will be emailed and posted to the Weebly. Thank you.